Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is our Simple Abundance here, and thank you for being here as we follow along with Sarah Von Braunick's book, Simple Abundance. And if you watched yesterday's video, you know we were talking about bliss and trying to savor the small things. I've been thinking since that video about how, you know, when there's like a, how do I describe it? Like a level of pleasure that is meeting your needs, and then you have to kind of like always continuously step it up a notch, or like you just get bored with things that originally seemed very tantalizing. I was thinking about that in terms of bliss and how maybe we've gotten to the point where we're kind of numb and we have to remind ourselves of the senses and the things, like we have to notice the things that bring us bliss first of all. And then secondly, if we've become like adrenaline junkies or something like that in terms of bliss, then I don't have the remedy for that, but I'm thinking maybe that's like a bliss overload. You know what, there's probably never too much bliss, but I've been thinking about that video and how we might have bliss on such a high standard that it's only gonna be like we're hot air ballooning over the Serengeti or something and eating our favorite food and drink and kissing our lover at the same time. I mean, like maybe we have this idea that bliss is only this combination of amazing things, when really those things that she listed off yesterday were very simple everyday things, like showering outside and eating a plum, things like that. So it's kind of like getting back to the basics instead of having this bar set for ourselves to experience bliss that we can only experience it if we're on vacation or something like that that we just look forward to all year. No, like these can be small little things that we experience every day. And even if they may not meet the same all-encompassing bliss standards of the things, like the big things that I mentioned, then hopefully the culmination of them over the week gives you a feeling of bliss every day, like just a little taste of it, you know, literally, if one of your things is food. So anyway, just again with the food for thought with that after last video. So today, I already told you yesterday, this one is called Bliss Blockers. And I'm gonna take us through Sarah's list of bliss blockers. These are just examples, but I'm thinking maybe we go through and you could just mentally give yourself a check mark of some of the ways that you are potentially blocking your bliss. And she does tell us, like our peculiar patterns in making choices and giving out promises, come one, come all, our bliss blockers are highly developed and deeply personal and very sophisticated self-sabotage. So we may not each always resonate with all of them, but let's take a listen. First one is wanting what you can't have. Yep. Not wanting what you do have. Seeing the world as hostile. Believing life is hard. Over-reliance on outside circumstances to initiate change. Believing that money is the answer to everything. Believing you're unlucky. Believing that things will never change for the better. Exhaustion. Not eating well. Not exercising, not listening to your body, not knowing who you are, and not knowing what you love, feeling unworthy of happiness, love, or success, not recognizing addictive behavior patterns or dependence. Workaholism is the name of getting ahead or staying on top of things, or potentially self-numbing, right? Perfectionism. Lack of humor. inability to laugh at oneself, shyness in social situations, lack of spontaneity, thinking you're too inexperienced, pretending that you're more experienced than you are, believing the world will fall apart if you're not holding it together. Wow. Inability to ask or receive help, inability to be part of a team. I'm laughing because we've just talked about some of these, and I'm so transparent that half of these they could be written by me. Inability to say no gracefully, needing to please, seeing everything as competitive, confusing being argumentative with being articulate, always needing to be right, putting others down so you can feel superior, not pursuing your dreams, making promises you dread, making promises you won't or can't keep, making promises just to keep the peace, thinking that worrying will make it better, inability to relax. I was just reading those for the first time as I read them with you. And I would probably say that I could relate with the majority of them. I don't know about you guys. So I'm blocking my bliss, I guess, in a lot of different ways. Sarah closes with, when I first assembled this list, I found it quite amazing to think that all these bliss blockers had become so familiar that I barely even noticed them. They all make me wince when I assembled them. See if you can't exchange these controlling habits with a little kindness towards yourself. Yeah, I mean, we've already talked about a lot of these. I really can relate to a lot of them. I wonder if, and this is just me talking, I wonder if there would be positive statements that could be made to the opposite. So just off the top of my head, like the first two, wanting what you can't have and not wanting what you do have. So I'm thinking of a statement of something like, I'm grateful for all that I have, and I am eagerly anticipating all the things that I want to come. I don't know, that's just, again, off the top of my head, but you know how I love my little affirmation decks. I'll have to ponder this one. I think I'm pretty good at giving myself moments of bliss with various things that I enjoy. But on the same, other side of the coin, I guess I should say, I'm basically blocking myself. So it's like I give a little bit, but then like 1 step forward, 3 steps back with these blocking of the bliss. I bet you can probably think of your own too, maybe some additional ones besides these that Sarah shared. I always trip over saying that. I hope that this gives you pause and that you think about it, and that you've been thinking about some ways to really savor the bliss that already is in your life and the moments that you could add in easily. I hope you're having an awe-inspiring and bliss-filled month so far. It's been fun coming to you every day, and I look forward to it. So thanks for being here. I will see you tomorrow, which is going to be, 8th day of creation, honoring our personal gifts. So probably more about hobbies and talents, and it sounds kind of like maybe like a little challenge. I don't know. And it's Friday, so I hope you guys have a great weekend too, and that you're out doing some fun summery things and the things that you love and that will bring you bliss. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.